Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans cette interview. Ça me fait vraiment plaisir de vous parler aujourd'hui parce qu'on va accueillir un créateur qui fait partie de mes créateurs préférés, en tout cas qui a une façon de penser, une façon de réfléchir, une vraie intelligence des effets et de la méthode. Et je veux parler de, est-ce que je me trompe de bouton? Kim! Ouais!
Hello Alexis, thanks for having me.
Bonjour, hello, thank you so much for coming in. And we will be of course talking about the huge hit at even if it's just a few days ago, Blackpool, because Shrapnel, you did a lot of demo, and it was on all stories from Vanishing Ink to everybody was talking about Shrapnel, so it's very nice. Good. And we will be talking a bit about you because we want to know more about your daily life, because we like to know more about magician's life. It's interesting. So I just translate that into French. On va parler évidemment de Shrapnel aujourd'hui avec Kim Andersen, qui est le créateur de Magie. On en reparlera plus tard. Et Shrapnel, c'est juste une tuerie. Ça a fait beaucoup de bruit à Blackpool. Ça a fait beaucoup de bruit aussi chez Magic Dream, alors qu'on n'en a pas parlé. On est sold out. Donc merci beaucoup à vous. Il y a du stock qui arrive, hein, vous inquiétez pas. Et aujourd'hui, on en parle avec Kim. Kim, can you please just let us know when you start Magic, why did you start Magic, and maybe your magic journey through today, through your beginning and today. Can you talk a bit more about you?
Yeah, I think it was pretty basic. Like most magicians, I actually started out juggling and thought that was really fun, and then different things. I got that traditional magic kit that you get from your parents or grandparents. We all went through that probably, and that didn't stick. You know, I accidentally broke the magic wand, and the dog ate some of the plastic things and stuff like that. So you know, you just had like a half a set from some shop. So I don't know. I was 13 when it really kicked in. I accidentally ran into a magician that was amazing, and he showed me some awesome close-up magic, and that just completely baffled me. So I started lending books or borrowing books from the local library, and just, you know, kits, tricks, and whatever I could find. And then at one point I ran into a magic shop that I happened to be one of the demo guys for today, which is fun. So I sort of got reeled in, and I don't know. That's
you work for them to pay your debt. That all the
yes, exactly. Pretty much. You know how that is.
Donc en gros, il a commencé tout petit. Alors il a commencé d'abord par du jonglage. Ensuite, il a eu évidemment la petite boîte de magie qu'on a tous eu, ou globalement tous eu. Mais ça l'a pas forcément marqué. Il a cassé la baguette, le chien a mangé le bout de la baguette. Bref, c'était un petit peu une expérience ratée. Et c'est à partir de 13 ans que ça a vraiment matché. Il a rencontré un magicien qui lui a fait des tours. Ensuite, il a emprunté des livres dans une bibliothèque pour faire des tours un petit peu comme on a tous commencé, hein, les premières ressources qu'on avait à l'époque. On n'avait pas internet et du coup on cherchait un petit peu là où on pouvait. Je suis pas si vieux, hein, vous inquiétez pas. Et après, il a été dans une boutique de magie. Was it Pagani?
It was Pagani, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Donc il a travaillé après, mais avant il est allé chez Pagani, et puis du coup maintenant il travaille comme démonstrateur temporaire sur les congrès. Et Pagani qui est une boutique. Is it in Denmark?
In Denmark, yes.
Denmark.
In Horsens, okay. In Denmark, yeah.
Donc c'est une boutique danoise avec Steen, son créateur, qui est très gentil, avec qui on travaille beaucoup également, et qui nous avait fait découvrir d'ailleurs Magic Bee, on en parlera. Et puis depuis, what's your daily life now that are you a creator, are you a performer? What are you doing?
I'm all of it, man. Okay. Like my main thing is corporate magic. So I do companies and private parties, and I do comedy magic on stage. I do close-up magic, walk around table hopping like most of you other people do. And then I have the creating side. So in a normal day, I will send the kids off to school and kindergarten, and then I'll sit down at my desk and I'll look at a piece of paper and I'll go, because I have to figure out something. And then I'll start playing with props and start creating or working on things I'm working on already. So that's it. And then in the evenings, I'll go out close to the weekend. I'll go out and perform. So that's basically my life.
Donc en gros, sa vie, elle est divisée entre les prestats, corporate, pour les entreprises, pour les soirées privées, etc. Il fait de la magie sur scène également. Donc en fait, une journée type, il dépose les enfants le matin à l'école, il se met à son bureau, il joue avec ses accessoires, il se met devant une feuille blanche et il se met à créer. En fait, il essaye de créer. Le soir, évidemment, quand il a des prestats, il part en prestat. It's interesting to know, what's your creating process? Do you start taking props from everywhere and seeing how they can fit together? Do you start, as you said, with a blank page and you don't know where to go? Do you start with an effect and you come up to the solution? Do you have a unique method, or what do you?
No. I don't think I have anything unique. I think I am very bad at concentrating. I've always been that. I should probably have a diagnosis, but I never went to the doctors with it. So if people give me something in my hands and say, practice this, then within the next 5 minutes, I'll be doing all sorts of other different stuff. So and that's what happened with, I have a magnetic coin project from elsewhere that I someone handed me those coins, and like within the first week I had come up with all these different weird moves with it. And same happened with actually with shrapnel. Like 15, 16 years ago, my mentor, he gave me this specific gimmicked pin, and I just started playing around with it and using it for something that it wasn't meant for originally. And then this whole routine came from that. So it's a lot of it is, I mean, I sit down and I write and I try to brainstorm, but most of it happens when I get things in my hands. I play it out. If that makes sense.
When you feel things, sometimes you don't even know that you had the idea for something until you have it in your hand and say, oh yeah, exactly. I can do that. And donc en gros, son process créatif, c'est vraiment d'avoir. Alors, il fonctionne, il a du mal à se concentrer. D'ailleurs, il dit, il faudrait que j'aille voir les médecins parce que c'est incroyable. Et en fait, il essaye de d'écrire, etc., de brainstorm, mais vraiment les idées lui viennent quand il a les accessoires en main. And I think the like where you're strong is that you take props and you use them in another way that they were initially used for. Like for shrapnel, the gimmick, as you said, and we will come back to that because it's very important about accrediting and so on. You just shift the way it was used and use it in I think a lot more modern way than usually what it was in usual.
Thanks.
So exactly for the I forgot the name, sorry, for the magnetic coin project. How is it called again? Silver Edge?
Silver Edge from Illusions.
So again, you took the coins that were like very strong magnetic coin, but nobody knew what they were for, and you just find those amazing trick and you just baffled everyone. And I was the first one to see it, and I said, why didn't I think about it before? And I think that's a lot of magician reaction when they see your work. It seems so natural when you perform them, but we didn't even think about using them that way. So I think it's your strength.
Thanks.
So.
Thanks.
Look, just to
I feel that as well when I see. Sorry, I feel that as well when I see really good magic. It's like, come on, why didn't I? I had it.
I think that's the best reaction you can give for a magic trick, that for magician actually. Donc je dis qu'en fait lui il arrive à prendre des accessoires. On va parler de ça juste après. Et il arrive à leur donner un usage qui n'était pas leur premier usage. En fait, avec Shrapnel, il a pris un gimmick qui était au départ, il l'a modifié, on y reviendra, pour les linking rings, donc les linking safety pins, donc les épingles qui s'enclavent. Et il l'utilise maintenant avec une bague, avec d'autres mouvements, et ça permet vraiment d'avoir des mouvements beaucoup plus clean, beaucoup plus modernes. Pareil avec Magic Beep, pareil avec Silver Edge, son projet de pièces magnétiques qui est exceptionnel. Bref, voilà, c'est vraiment la force de Kim, c'est de faire tout ça. Maybe we can talk a bit about Shrapnel, because that's the...
Definitely, yeah.
Would you be able to do like just a link in front of us?
Yeah,
you
sure,
say
sure.
you have it on your... Oh, okay, so you...
I always have it on me, and that is...
So you're not lying.
No. I have it, like, seriously, if people buy this from your shop or wherever, you get a pristine, beautiful tip. Like, it's a really beautiful tip, but but this is, yeah, you can show them. Yeah, exactly. It looks like that. But this is mine. This is how it looks when I carry it around. I've put a sticker on it to make it more personal, and the dents actually help me out in the performance now. But I'll come back to that later. Yeah, but it's yeah. So I actually I carry this every single day.
So,
but let's just do a simple link.
Yeah, if people sit on their tin, this is what it will look like. If they put it in their back pocket.
I sat on the tin with coins. I had the magnetic coin stuck to it, and every time I sat down, it just dented it in. But it's actually made the routine much more easy to perform.
Yes, exactly.
We'll talk about that in a second. But I'll show you. Can you see at this angle? The light stuff best. And okay, so you have like a pin, and everything's been examined. The ring can be borrowed as well. And then I do this. Okay. So that's the link. That's what people see. Okay. And it happens in their hands. And this moment is actually, I think this is the strongest moment in the whole routine. Like that link in their hand and just leaving the pin there for them to just look at it. And of course, it takes some audience management and stuff, but I go into that. And then there's all these different links and unlinks. Okay, many different ways of doing it, and it's just I like it. I think it has some very strong phases in it. The cool thing about it, though, is that you can take whichever links and unlinks you want to use and use them. I mean, you can do just one phase or you can do several phases. So the routine is structured in a way where you can pick and choose as you want.
Exactly. So, yeah. That's very, very good. And I think the whole routine, the whole routine is just very well constructed and choreographed. It's a true, and I like magic that happens here. Like it's very
you see the face of the performer most of the time, right?
And the face in the end of the spectator is strong because it's in the end of the spectator. So I think the routine gathers all the good aspects of the magic trick and makes it a great project.
Thanks.
Donc Shrapnel.
Please.
En gros, Shrapnel, c'est comme vous l'avez vu, c'est un effet de bagues et d'épingles à nourrice qui vont s'enclaver ensemble. Il y a plein de mouvements qui sont expliqués, certains faciles, certains un peu plus compliqués. Globalement, la routine reste très simple à maîtriser. D'ailleurs, vous allez vous amuser à le faire tout de suite. Il y a des mouvements qui sont un peu plus techniques, mais ils ne sont pas nécessaires ni obligatoires dans la routine. Et derrière, ce que vous allez pouvoir faire avec Shrapnel, c'est avoir ça sur vous. C'est surtout ça qui est génial. Vous allez pouvoir avoir ça sur vous dans votre poche. Et là-dedans, j'ai tous les gimmicks, en fait. C'est ça qui est très, très intéressant. Et ça ne sert pas que de rangement pour les safety pins, pour les épingles à nourrice, mais ça sert aussi pour toute la routine, pour faire examiner, pour cacher des gimmicks. C'est un gimmick à part entière, en fait, cette boîte. It's very, very, very good. I like the fact that you can have it on you every time, that it's not coin cards. I think it ticks a lot of boxes, a lot of good boxes for a project. So it's...
I think so as well, and thank you so much. And that is, like, we talked about it just before the camera started rolling, that I've loved so many different linking safety pin routines through the years. I mentioned Chris Mayhew's Safety to you. I think that's a beautiful thing. I've had that in my wallet for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years maybe at one point. And I love how these natural objects can be used to create magic. To me, it's like, this is what close-up magic should look like when they do stuff like that, and lots of different other routines. But one issue I've always had with them, and that's not the routines in themselves, but that's how do you carry a safety pin around? That's been a huge problem for me. I've accidentally pricked holes in my leg because I had them in my back pocket and they accidentally opened up while I was running around with them. I've had them in my wallet where they would get bent and sometimes they would destroy the wallet. But adding a tin was just, and the tin has a longer story. I go through that on the video as well. But adding a tin to this makes it so much easier. And the thing that even though they're in the tin, you can't hear anything, so you don't get that rattly.
Yes, I didn't install the gimmick here, so that's why you can hear. But do you have an extra gimmick that holds everything together?
That holds everything together. And the fact that the tin is also a major component to how the routine is structured, and the tin itself makes it possible for you to start clean and end clean.
That's what I was
weaving a little bit to not tell the secret, but you can confirm that by
that's
having
that's not just a container, but it's also a gimmick. Like it's a full gimmick that plays a role in the routine.
Exactly, yeah.
Il expliquait que lui, il a fait beaucoup de linking. Faut que je parle français. French people don't like when we use English terms, so I try to. It's easier for me to use English terms, but quand on fait, il a fait beaucoup d'épingles à nourrice enclavées. Il y a la routine safety de Chris Mayou qui a joué un rôle déterminant dans son processus créatif. I don't know if you checked the Gaëtan Bloom once.
No, someone mentioned it to me at Blackpool this year. I haven't seen his version. I'm guessing basically it's the same gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm. Is it? I'll show you okay. Right after the interview. You will love it, I think.
Oh, I'd love to. But I love Gaëtan Bloom. His mind, I wish I had his mind in my head right now.
Yeah, Gaëtan Bloom is a creative genius. Donc il y a tout ça. And what was the name of the original gimmick? Was it Jerry Andrews, you said?
Yes, the original gimmick, it has several names. So Jerry Andrews, as far as we could dig up going through the Magic archives, Jerry Andrews released it as the Andrews pin. I'll put it out in a piece of like magical literature calling it the Andrews pin. But apparently it goes even further back under the name the cut pin. And we haven't been able to find a source for that, but and I'm completely honest about that in the project. It's I didn't invent the gimmick. We did though refine the gimmick so it works for these links and unlinks. The original Andrews pin that I got, you couldn't perform several of these links and unlinks with it. So we've had them made in a special way and in a special size that makes these things possible.
And of course, yes, I have to translate, I forgot that.
Yes,
donc le gimmick original apparemment serait de Jerry Andrews, mais apparemment ça va encore plus loin et s'appelait la cut pin, mais il n'a pas réussi à sourcer les créateurs et c'est intéressant qu'on parle de ça parce que Kim aime beaucoup créditer, il veut être honnête jusqu'au bout et c'est vraiment une démarche intellectuellement intéressante et honnête d'aller jusqu'au bout de ses archives, de voir qui est le créateur original. Donc il assume ne pas avoir créé le gimmick, il a juste modifié par contre le gimmick pour qu'il puisse être utilisé sur les différentes phases, et le gimmick est juste incroyable. The gimmick is just even close up. Well, of course, if you know where to look for, you know it, but close up, it's amazing.
But you know, at Blackpool, I left the gimmick with linking to the ring in the hands of professional magicians.
Yeah.
And everyone looked the wrong place. Like even people, someone might have noticed if they know the secret, but even people, some people came up and told me afterwards that they use a gimmick like that in other routines, but they didn't think it was possible performing these links and unlinks with it. So they didn't suspect it. Yeah. And the way the routine is streamlined, it's not just an Andrews pin you're getting 2 hours of teaching and live performances of me showing you how to create this whole routine around it, right? So there's so much more and there's so many subtleties to this gimmick that I teach on the project, right?
Donc, en gros, ce qu'il explique, c'est que évidemment, vous recevez les gimmicks, etc. Mais pour lui, c'est pas forcément le plus important. Le plus important, c'est la globalité, le projet. Vous avez 2 heures de vidéo explicative avec des démos en live, avec des explications. I think those are the best, well, from what I can remember, the best explanation shot I've seen, because it's crystal clear. You understand everything. Vraiment, les explications de Kim, elles sont incroyables. On en a fait évidemment une vidéo en français exclusive chez Magic Dream, comme d'habitude. Mais en fait, les explications de base, elles sont tellement propres, clean, que on comprend tout, quoi. C'est vraiment très, très intéressant. I think we've said it all about this project. It's amazing, again. Congrats, because it's amazing. You have, of course, published other things. You have your Silver Edges download.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing about the thing? Yeah. So I actually forget if I said it, but we're making a Facebook group for people who buy Shrapnel, yes. So when you buy Shrapnel, you'll get a password that takes you to the instructionals for it. And as I understand, you will also get a French version of that from your shop, which is amazing. Thanks for that. Because I don't speak French. I've been nodding along, but you could have said whatever. I don't know. I wish I spoke French. But the Facebook group will be up very soon. And because, as I said, I play with things. I play around with them and I keep developing. I put out a full workable routine in that set. That is what I've been performing in my personal act when I've been going around. But as I've delved even further into it after the thing and at Blackpool, there's so many small nuances that came up and different ideas. I even have other routines for it now that I didn't have in my head when we filmed the project. And it's been many years on the way, so it's like there's new stuff, and that will be in the Facebook group for people for free. Okay. If you sign up to that. I don't know the exact name of it yet. It's Murphy's that is setting it up, but I'll let you guys know. Yes, so you can send it out if you wouldn't mind. That would be amazing, because that's going to be like a forum for you guys also to come in and discuss, and we can talk more privately about it than that. So feel free.
Donc en gros, il a créé un groupe Facebook, on vous passera les liens, évidemment il y aura tout un petit questionnaire pour rentrer, pour être sûr que vous avez le projet. Et dedans, il va partager des améliorations, des idées supplémentaires, parce qu'il y a eu un petit moment entre le moment où il a tourné les explications et maintenant. Et il y a surtout beaucoup d'expériences qu'il a accumulées en plus, notamment à Blackpool, le fait de le faire pour les magiciens. Il a trouvé des nouvelles idées, des nouvelles réponses à des questions qu'il avait peut-être, des nouvelles routines. Bref, il y a beaucoup sur ce groupe Facebook, donc on vous enverra évidemment le lien pour tous ceux qui achètent Shrapnel. Can we talk a bit about Magic Beep, because Magic Beep was a huge bestseller. Magic Beep, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, c'est un petit, c'est un bonto avec des queeners. C'est génial, c'est pareil. Le prix est incroyable, je crois que ça vaut 14,90, quelque chose comme ça. Et en gros, can you tell us a bit more about Magic Beep, how it was created and what it is?
Magic Beep is a audio-visual Monty routine. So basically what it is, it's 3 squeakers that are self-contained. You don't have anything. There's no body hookup. There's no microphone. What do you call it? Speakers. There's no nothing. You don't have anything in your mouth. It's just these 3 squeakers. Again, like the tin, very small, compact. You can have in your pocket in this little bag. And then there's a fun Monty routine where the whole premise is why you shouldn't play for money. So that's it's just a fun thing. I love doing this especially at strolling gigs when it's corporate events, and I come in and I know that I'm the worst dressed person in the room because everyone has Armani suits on and Rolexes, and then I try to find like the boss or the alpha of the group that I'm in, and then I bring him over or her over, and I sit down on the floor. I just go down on my knees on the floor, and then I do the routine, and they bend down with me, and all their colleagues come in and like loom over them, and it's like you get this whole sitting on a Las Vegas strip with a little carpet and people, so stuff like that. But it's a fun Monty routine that's different. It has the sound. It attracts people. It's easy to perform.
It's not a lot used, like it's not commonly used in Magic, the sound. We all, of course, use the scene, the site, but the sound is, I think, something very interesting too. Donc en gros, ce qu'il explique, c'est que c'est un bonto de 3 queeners, mais c'est un bonto audio. C'est pas un bonto que vous allez pouvoir suivre parce qu'ils se ressemblent tous. Il y en a un qui queen, 2 qui queen pas, et vous retrouvez. Et évidemment, tout est self-contained. Tout est contenu dans ces 3 queeners. Vous n'avez pas de queeners supplémentaires dans vos manches, vous n'avez pas de haut-parleur, vous n'avez rien dans votre bouche. Et du coup, c'est très facile. C'est très. I think all your magic is like. Here are 2 coins. Here are 3 squeakers. Here a tin box with compact stuff that can be.
And when I create stuff, I basically I create it for myself. I don't sit down and say I want to create a thing for the market. I start out by creating for myself, using it in my own repertoire. I've done that with all of these things. I've used it in my own repertoire for years, and then it's a natural thing that happens that it fits a certain space. Like for me, it doesn't necessarily have to for you guys, but for me, the squeakers go in a specific pocket. The tin goes in a specific pocket. The coins go in a specific pocket, and that's it's just that's my pocket management, and so naturally the things I put out they are compressed. They are at least for now. Something else might happen in the future, but yeah, because it's, and again, it needs to work for me when I'm out performing. I can't carry 2 extra bags when I go to a table. I need to have it on my person, and I need to know where it is at all times. If I had several safety pins that I needed to keep control of, I couldn't have them lying loosely around in my pockets. Yeah, of course. Same with the like with the coins you talked about. They're because of the magnets, they're stacked in a specific way, so you can carry 5 coins around, and they'll be in the exact position. Yeah, and you won't have the sound, and you won't accidentally have the coins switch places. So that coin you needed for that, you always have them in the right position. And it's I think that's my, even though I told you that I'm a person that loses focus, I'm still a person that I work best when I have things in boxes.
Organized, you know where everything is.
Yeah.
Donc, ce qu'il explique, c'est que lui, en fait, quand il travaille, et d'ailleurs, tout ce qu'il a créé, il l'utilise dans ses conditions de travail, de presta. Il sait qu'à gauche, il a les queeners, il sait qu'à droite, il a les pièces, dans sa poche arrière, il a la boîte en métal. Et du coup, c'est très organisé, c'est très pack small, play big, en fait. C'est toujours très compact, mais ça produit un effet hyper intéressant et hyper fort sur le spectateur. Kim, thank you so much for your time. I think, honestly, I don't say that because you're here, and I deeply think it. I think you're one of the most ingenious and creative magician I've seen, and I've seen a lot of magic trick. But your magic feels natural, magical, and I really like your product. So keep going. I want to see the next one.
Thank you so much, man, and thanks for having me. That really means a lot, and thanks for having me. And welcome. Just to anyone watching this, feel free to reach out on Instagram. Can you put up my Instagram?
Of course.
Feel free to if you have questions, or if you thoughts about this, just reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll try to get back as fast as I can.
Pour voir son Instagram qu'on est ici, hop, Kim Andersen. Allez le voir, allez lui exploser son compteur de likes. Si vous avez besoin de lui poser une question, posez-lui. Il est super accessible, super gentil. C'est un amour, et il est aussi bon que gentil. Donc vraiment, n'hésitez pas. Thank you so much again, Kim, and see you for the next project.
Hopefully, that'd be nice. And see you out there at the convention. Bye.
Bye. Merci.